Hello, guys. How are you today? We have a special guest. Probably almost all of you, you know him. It's Crypto Artsy. And yeah, I would like to start with why I collab with Archie. I respect him a lot because recently, especially the last weeks and the last 1 2 months, we speak off scenes, and I understand what person is, and yeah, don't judge a book by cover. I understand who is actually true and has a good soul, and Archie is one of those guys. And this is why I collab with Archie. I appreciate him that he's one of the most humble guys. Like he doesn't speak. I never actually heard him to speak bad for someone else. He's actually doing his job and he's doing it great. Always he grabs the people up. He helps the people. He did collabs. Yeah, he can do a collab with a small channel, with a big channel. He doesn't care. Like, and this says a lot. And yeah, Archie actually was supporting me without even know. Like people were sending me clips, and clips highlights that he was saying Crypto Chris is good on this. Crypto Chris is a good channel. Crypto Chris no speak has a real good knowledge on the fundamentals, on the technical, like lots of highlights without having any interaction, and that says a lot for Archie. And yeah, that's why, brother, I appreciate you, and thank you that you are here. I'm really happy for this collab, and
Yeah,
yeah.
bro. Thank you so much, man, for the kind words. Like, it means a ton. And I'm a huge fan of the channel. I've been watching for a very long time, like you said. Hadn't even had an interaction with you, but I was telling people to go watch you because I can see a good channel, you know? I don't need to know the person to see a good channel. And I saw you were getting not only the calls right on Casper, but you called it super, super early. And that takes crazy conviction to call a project that low when a lot of people call it a scam or a lot of people are skeptical of it. It takes a crazy amount of knowledge and conviction. So yeah, man, I'm a big fan of the channel, and I think, you know, you share a lot of wisdom, particularly on Casper, and it'll be very interesting to talk about it on this stream, bro.
Mhm. Yeah, this is actually why I respect you, because not many people do that. Like, they think that you say, like, I watch your channel daily, like, I watch your streams. Dudes with 50, 100K subscribers, they are very arrogant. They think that I know better, I'm the god. And yeah, this distinguishes you a lot from them. And yeah, that's why what I like from you a lot, how humble you are, and how, like, you don't separate the things. Like, you want all together to thrive. You are not like only me and no one else. You don't try to put the people down, especially
Exactly.
from your position. And from your position is way different. Like, it's not the same to do that from 1,000 subscribers, and it's way different to do that with 50 and 60,000 subscribers. It needs um balls, if I can say that, like, to
Yeah,
do
bro.
that. And yeah, highly respect, man, highly respect.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And I agree completely. Like, there's a few YouTubers who I highly, highly support and recommend. And it's not just because their content is good, but it's because they're good people as well. And people see this crypto YouTuber space as very tribal. It's always like people are trying to compete. Who called what first? You know, to me, it's
Yeah,
very
yeah,
childish, that type of rhetoric. Like, I'm here to make money and make my followers money and make the world a better place with crypto. And I don't even mean to say it in a cliche way. I genuinely believe things like Casper and things like Bitcoin can change the world that we live in for the better. So that's what I'm here to do, is not only push good projects, make people money and make myself money, but to also push good technology. And I think it
yeah,
would be better if other YouTubers adopted the same mentality of helping others and pushing others and collaborating rather than being against each other all the time. You know, I called that first, that's my pick. It's just childish. I mean,
it
we're
is.
beyond that, right? And most of these guys are a lot older than me as well. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
interesting
crazy.
to see how people operate in that rhetoric, you know, but that's not how we are, right?
Yeah. And I know, like, some people can act like, he called the pick, so I won't buy it. To do not and then they don't, maybe some people, they see a good project and they won't buy it because they fear to do not be heard that he copied the other. Bro, like, we have nothing to separate. If we will see a good project, of course we're gonna buy, even if we are a little bit late into the train. Like, of course we're gonna get in. We are here to make money. We are here, yeah, to be improved every single day. No one is crypto god here, no matter, like, the space is so early, like it's only operating for 14 years. Most of us came in a way later stage. For me, like, I'm 7 years on this space. I have experienced two bull runs, and still this is nothing. Like, I don't even consider myself an expert. No one is expert. Like, we are investors and we are looking to revolutionize the money. This is why we are here, because we live in very corrupted countries. They don't care about the people. They manipulate us in every single yeah, opportunity that they got. And with Bitcoin, finally we found fair money. Finally we found fair money. No one actually can manipulate Bitcoin. There is no third party that can jump into the transactions between two people. And no one can print more Bitcoins. Like, it's only 21 million. 1 million belongs to Satoshi, 4 millions lost. We have only 15, max 16 BTCs available. Like, no more than that. And this is what makes the money on Bitcoin now that we speak. This is what we call hard money. This is the money of the people. And we are here not only to make dollars, we are here to revolutionize the money and use BTC for our daily transactions. And yeah, recently we had Kaspa that is actually solving a very big problem that Bitcoin had. Bitcoin started with to accomplish peer-to-peer payments, plus to be as a store of value. And yeah, Kaspa came to the game, and sorry, Bitcoin couldn't scale. After some point, people realized that way early, and it was only for store of value. Like, they tried to do that with Lightning networks, with that type of layer twos, but it still cannot scale with a global adoption. But it is what it is. Like, Bitcoin is actually the best store of value at this point. Trustworthy, 14 years of its operation, no flaw, and this is the best store of value. Caspa has the potential to accomplish fully the peer-to-peer payment, plus also to be an alternative good way for store of value. And it can do both. Actually accomplishes the main vision of Satoshi Nakamoto. So yeah, what's your opinion on that, my brother?
Extremely well
How do you
said.
see the things with
Yeah,
BTC and Kaspa?
yeah. It's a super complex thing, and I like to look at things from more of a philosophical level than just a technological level, because I think this technology goes beyond just um, speed and scalability and these things. This is truly something that can change the world for the better. And most people in Western countries, including myself, who grew up in the UK, we don't truly understand some of the issues that can go on with centralized governments and centralized currencies, particularly in a lot of countries in the world, right? I mean, people in the US and the UK can be very ignorant to things that happen in the world, such as in Venezuela, in Argentina, in many African countries, even European countries, right? So it's a major issue, and people just ignore it until it hits home. And that's the problem, right? Is it exists and people just kind of close it off until it actually hits your own country and it hits the US or it hits the UK, and you have hyperinflation and all of these issues that are basically happening right now, but they do a very good job of controlling it or making it less known to the public, right? Because inflation is a tax. Inflation is a hidden tax on people, whether you like it or not. It is, and it eats away a huge amount of money from the middle class and the lower class, and it's going to continue to do that in the future. And that's why Bitcoin came out, right? Because Bitcoin, it's scarce, it's not controlled by a centralized entity, and like you said, Bitcoin as much as I love it, and I hold a good bag of Bitcoin, just full disclaimer, I hold a good bag of Bitcoin, it has failed in its initial mission of being a peer-to-peer currency. That's the first term in the white paper of Bitcoin, is a decentralized peer-to-peer form of currency or form of payment, right? And it's now moved to being undeniably digital gold. Everyone knows Bitcoin is digital gold. They don't necessarily see it as a means of peer-to-peer currency. Maybe they can make that happen. Maybe with upgrades and things like that, they can make that happen. But right now, it's not the case. So we need an immediate solution to that, which takes Satoshi's vision, which we all agree on from a libertarian, decentralized perspective. We need something that takes that and makes it into a scalable reality. And that is what Kaspa does. It makes Bitcoin essentially scalable, right? Without having to fork Bitcoin or any of these other things which have been prone to issues, right? So it's a brand new crypto. It's a base layer. And it also has the compatibility for smart contracts, which I'm not going to go into now. Maybe we can discuss that later. But just let's focus on a form of cash, right? A form of payment. That is what Kaspa is. And that is what cryptocurrency literally means. It's in the term currency. And we kind of skipped that with crypto. We forgot the part of currency, peer-to-peer currency, and we went straight to meme coins and gaming coins and all of these new Web3 things, rather than focusing on the initial problem, which was a currency, right? A decentralized form of payment. And Kaspa is doing that. And who knows, maybe Jonathan is Satoshi. Satoshi said that he's going to move on to greater things, right? Yeah. So there's a great story behind Kaspa. It's got all the fundamentals as a project and as an investment, but it's also got the technology to actually change the world. And honestly, every single day I get more and more bullish on Kaspa. Like, I care about decentralization. I care about these types of things. And the main reason I invest in these low caps is just to buy more Kaspa and buy more Bitcoin. That's really the main reason why I'm playing these gaming coins, is because they give me short-term gains for a long-term endeavor. And the long-term endeavor is Bitcoin and Kaspa.
Exactly. I agree 100% to whatever you said. I believe the same things. Bitcoin at this point is the best store of value because it's tested for 14 years. But we have right now Kaspa that came out with lots of bright future. Like, for me, it's still under construction, as I say. Like, we wait to see the dark night, we wait to see the 10 blocks per second. We want to see all of these implementations to see at the end point if we're going to see the smart contracts or not. Definitely, before a couple of days, we got very bullish news that we're going to see acceleration on smart contracts, but this project is still under construction. The reason that we are investors here is because if it's going to happen, we're going to be benefit a lot. And the reason that, as you said, that you got Bitcoins, it's really important. And this is what most people must realize. You are not here to risk. You are here to revolutionize the money, and you are here to maintain your wealth. Lots of people have no clue about these things, all care about to make dollars. Dollars losing, and whatever currency, losing its value every single year, percentages, like it's dropping your value. Like, in a few years from now, $1 million won't have the worth as it has today. Like, you need to wake up in some way, because especially when they're going to implement the CBDCs, you're going to feel like a slave. People don't realize how, like, they're going to manipulate you, how, like, yeah, they're going to put you in the way that they want. And if you don't store, and they're going to have the power to still manipulate you and destroy the currencies that you hold. They can print a button and print money, like, non-stop, and they won't give you another solution of that. People must wake up, because if you won't wake up now, rich people gonna buy all the supply, and you're gonna buy, like, you maybe in the future you're gonna pay $50,000 to get, like, nothing, 0.01 BTC, while now you have the chance to buy BTC, to buy Kaspa cheap. For me, BTC is the, like, as I say to the people, if you have above 6 figures your portfolio, one BTC is a must. Like, for me, it's a must. You have your wealth, stored, and it's like you don't risk anymore. From that point, you can, yeah, go into promises way, like going to Kaspa that's under construction, and it has chances, and it seems that the future is really bright for that. And you have the outperformance, that you have the performance there, and you have the the safest altcoin that exists, the best layer one that we have ever seen, the most fair fundamentals. Um, yeah, fair lands, no no pre-sale, no pre-mine coins. It had VCs, and the last time, like before the launch of Kaspa, they decided to go without VCs. This is really hard for a project, really hard. Most people don't realize. And they say, okay, this project has VCs, it's a bad. Guys, it's so hard to be launched without VCs. No one will work. No one will work into that project. And Kaspa took money from VCs, but at the end of the day, I like they returned the money back, like, and they launched with a fair lance. Like, I don't know if you know the story right now. I
Yeah.
forgot it. I explained the story back in the days. They bought equipment and they mined a couple Kaspa, and they and they gave back to the VCs
Yeah.
this amount. Um, right now, I forgot to explain precisely the story, how it is, but it's really hard. So the fundamentals of Casper, people must realize that it's one of a kind. Like, it's really hard to see project with the same fundamentals, with these genius people behind, like Jonathan. And as you said, yeah, I believe Jonathan, if it's not Satoshi, it's on the team of Satoshi, or it was in the insider of, it was in the inner cycle of Satoshi, if
Yeah.
he didn't work the project. Because in 2013 he was already working on that. Like, it was only 3-4 years that Bitcoin existed, and he could find a solution already. Like, he could um, work to find a solution. Like, yeah, for me this says a lot. Like, I believe, and lots of coincidences. What do you believe? It's actually
Yeah.
Satoshi.
I mean, who truly knows who Satoshi is, right? Without
Yeah,
getting too
it's a team.
conspiratorial,
Yeah.
it's very difficult to know exactly who it is, but there's definitely guesses and there's definitely some evidence which you can compile and make suggestions. What I would say is, I personally don't believe Satoshi was just one sole person who did everything on his own, right? Because
I agree
they would have
100.
to be the biggest genius in the history of mankind to do everything. Now, maybe the white paper was written by one guy, but there would have been multiple people in connection, in my opinion, to make this type of technology. And maybe Jonathan was one of them, or maybe one of the other guys in Jonathan's circle. I can't remember the name, but there's someone else in Casper, and it's not Shy, it's one of the other guys, who has also been from back then in the starting stages of Bitcoin. So look, Jonathan may well be Satoshi, or may well be one of the instrumental forces in the creation of Bitcoin. It would make sense because he's super intelligent. He's been in crypto a while. There's certain interesting things which aren't the strongest points, but they certainly are interesting, such as the fact that Satoshi said he would move on to greater things or better things, more complex things, I think the term is, after Bitcoin. And that was his last post. And then on that same day or week, I believe, Jonathan made a Twitter account, right? So there's certain things
Right.
like that which maybe point in the direction to say he's definitely one of the suspects, you could say, right, for the
Yeah.
creator of Bitcoin. But I wouldn't die on it, right? It's not something which we have categorical evidence to say, yeah, he's definitely Satoshi. But
Yeah. Yeah.
just the fact that he might be Satoshi, just the fact that he might be, instantly makes Casper 10 times bullish than any other project created since Bitcoin. That's just how I see it, because
Yeah.
he truly knows what this is about. And the way how I see Casper is, it's a long-term play. It's not one of these proof of stake coins that's just going to pump overnight, right? And someone had the metaphor in one of my live streams that Casper is like slow cooked ribs, right? It's
Mhm.
worth the wait in the end. And then I said these proof of stake coins are basically like fast food. They give
Exactly.
you all sorts of diseases and cancers and stuff, but maybe it tastes good initially, right? But I mean, I don't even think it does, but some people do, right? Maybe it
Yeah.
tastes good initially, but it's super quick and it's done, right? And it's over with and no one really remembers it. Whereas, or maybe it's like a cigar versus a cigarette, right? Casper's the
Yeah.
cigar and these proof of stake coins are cigarettes.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah, I think Casper's here to stay, and it's going to take time. We're not going to hit $10 overnight, but sooner rather than later, it is going to happen, and maybe it takes a couple cycles. I mean, I'm happy to wait. I'm definitely going to sell a good chunk in the bull run, but I'm going to hold on to a good chunk as well for the long run. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to wait. And Bitcoin was the same. The people who waited and didn't just sell their whole bags thinking they could fully time the market, they were the ones who were rewarded, right? So
Yeah.
I think sometimes it seems too predictable, this market. The 4-year cycle, you just sell then, and it's not that easy, guys. Trust me. Just try and time the market. Just try and buy the bottom and sell the top on
That's up.
Casper. You'll probably end up doing the opposite. So I think it's
Exactly.
wise and prudent to just have maybe 20 to 50% that you just hold in a cold storage wallet and you keep that. And that's the only crypto I'll say that for other than Bitcoin. None of these proof of stake crypto companies, crypto securities, whatever you want to call them, I would say the same thing for. Those things you just want to sell in the bull run and move on and forget about them. Whereas Casper, it genuinely is going to have a second cycle. A lot of these proof of stake coins, they're going to maybe be attacked by the SEC or maybe have an internal issue like Terra Luna. Who knows what's going to happen? I don't see Casper having that issue.
Yeah. I agree 100%. And imagine like in summer right now, summer 2023. I did a post, and the post was way deep than what I said. And I said, Caspa either gonna go to $100 or either gonna go to zero. People were attacking me and were saying, "Oh, you don't know maths." And I was saying, "I know maths. I know it's gonna be above 1 trillion market cap. I'm not speaking for 2025. I'm speaking for the distant future." And my point was, like, either it's as we believe, and it's actually Jonathan in Satoshi. It's gonna Akaspa is the best layer one solution. It's gonna solve the trilemma. It's solving the trilemma. Actually, we're gonna see that as we believe, and if it's gonna happen that way, it's gonna go $100. Otherwise, it's gonna go to zero. And people were attacking me. Like, imagine, like, yeah, I know, like most people are, as we spoke before. Um, but I did this post in summer. Imagine, like, when I was speaking for Caspa and how bullish I was in Caspa, people were so crazy. Like, people were couldn't believe, like, I was saying that Caspa gonna surpass 100 million market cap. Sorry, billion market cap.
Yeah.
Um, in the next bull run, because Caspa was below 300 million market cap, and they were attacking me for these statements. But my conviction, once I realized that it was strong, like I said, I was. Do you know how I acted? Like, I was. Um, look, I said, look, Chris, you found Bitcoin $800, $1,000. You didn't realize that. How, like, I didn't realize at that point what was actually BTC. I found in the second phase Ethereum that was solving the Bitcoin problem back in the days. Okay, with it was proof of work. It had the smart contracts. It was an alternative solution. I didn't go heavy there. Yeah, I did a couple stupid things anyway with my investments. I did a full bull run without taking any profits. I saw my portfolio exploded in crazy levels. Like, I bought in 2016, 2017 in a period like 3-4 months before now. This is what period I bought, and I was lucky because when the market came down in 2017, 2018, 2019, my investments came back 99% down, except only BTC. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't take any profits. I saw the wall burn in front of my eyes without taking any action, completely
Mhm.
newbie. And yeah. And I said to myself, if I see another like that opportunity, I'm gonna, like, yeah. As more I grew up, I was more mature. I had businesses behind made me more mature on my choices of what I was doing. And when I realized what was Kaspa, I said, Chris, you backed it with BTC and you go there. Like, if it is as you believe, like, for me, it was the first time that I saw something like that. I said, like, it's a matter of time for this project to thrive. Like, and yeah, I took the risk. I took the risk, went really heavy. And this is sometimes what I say: if you go heavy in a strong conviction project that you believe, the results are astonishing. Like, and imagine, like, I went at 1.5 cents, like, really heavy, and at 2 cents I went all in.
Wow.
Backed my Kaspa investment with a couple BTCs, of course, not all in, like, all in one basket as people believe. I backed my investment of Kaspa with a couple BTC, but I was waiting. Like, it did this upstream movement. It pumped from 1.5 cents to 1.5 cents to 2.5 cents, then corrected to 2 cents, all in.
Wow.
And yeah, and I was pretty sure, like, I was telling every day the people, like, this is not another layer one. This is not another layer one. This is something different. Like, people who heard me right now printing money.
That's
But
amazing, bro.
you took very early position too, like 3 cents.
Yeah. Yeah. So my story with Casper's pretty interesting. So initially I was skeptical. So I discovered Casper around half a penny, and I included it in a video of top 3 projects to buy for this month. So one or two people told me they went pretty heavy from that video and they made hundreds of thousands of dollars off it. And I was shocked, but they were serious. They said, I checked it out off your video back in, I think, November or October
Damn.
2022.
What was the price?
I think
Like,
maybe it was it was like less than a penny. So maybe 0.007 or 5 or so. I can't remember exactly, but
mhm.
I didn't buy. I didn't buy. So full disclosure, I did not buy then. I said it was good. I said it was a potential play. And a couple people went and did more research, which I should have done, but I didn't. And they went and bought in. And then for some reason, a few months went past. Bear in mind, this is like November 2022. A few months went past. For some reason, I didn't really hear about Casper too much. I think I was focused very much on the AI trend in crypto because I was buying like Singularity Net and a lot of these projects very early. And to be fair, I did make a couple, 10 to 60 X's on those. So it
Damn.
was
Yeah.
good gains.
Mhm.
But for some reason, I just wasn't looking into layer ones too much. And then a couple months later, yep. What were you
So
going to
sorry
say?
for the interruption. To add here, you bought the AI. It was an AI trend, if I remember well, that exploded
Yeah.
everything from
Yeah.
the AIs a lot. Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is as soon as I started my channel, the main focus was on AI coins. This is in 2022. And bear in mind, they've had another pump in 2024. So I did cash out on a lot of those profits around, 10 to 50x on a lot of these plays. So I made great gains, but if I would have held them until now, I mean, I'd be up hundreds of X's, but I went pretty heavy into Casper with those profits. So I'm not complaining. You can't always hold these coins till 100x, right? Sometimes they're not worth that
Mhm.
because the way how I see it is two 10x's or 100x. It's the same
Mhm.
thing as 100x holding one
100.
altcoin.
Yeah.
So sometimes you don't have to hold the same high risk altcoin for
Mhm.
100x. Sometimes it's sensible to get a 10x on a micro cap and then flip that into Casper and get a 10x on Casper or more than a 10x on Casper, right? So
Mhm.
you've always got to mitigate risk as well in your portfolio. You can't just have an extreme risk portfolio. But back to the story of when I was discovering Casper. I had a few month hiatus from researching Casper, and then all of a sudden, people kept asking me, Archie, what are your thoughts on Casper? And this is when it run up from maybe like 1 cent to 3 cents. It did a 3x very quickly. And then, yeah, around the 3 cent range, exactly on 3 cents, or maybe just slightly higher than 3 cents, I went very heavy into it. I sold off some things and I bought Casper. I say very heavy. It was maybe like 15% of my portfolio, which is my second biggest holding after
Mhm.
Bitcoin. So it was quite a big holding. But since that 3 cent level, which is the biggest single purchase I made of Casper, straight in
Mhm.
at 15%, I've been adding pretty much every single week. Um, and now it's almost equal with my Bitcoin holdings as my top holding. Um,
Mhm.
so since that date, I've been buying constantly, and yeah, I mean, 3 cents is my initial. My average is probably more like 5 or 6 cents now because of how much I've been buying. But I'm happy with that, bro. It's going way above a dollar. You
Uh-huh.
know, it's going
Mhm.
to $10 at some point.
Mhm.
Maybe not this cycle, but eventually. And I'd be interested to hear like where you think it's going this cycle, because for me, I just give a huge range because I honestly don't know. And it really depends on how big the overall crypto market is. How high Bitcoin goes is probably like the
Yeah.
main prerequisite to determining how high Casper goes. If you're going to predict Bitcoin's going to 2 or 300K, which I think I've heard you say a couple times, then obviously Casper's going to go pretty high, right? Which will be good for us. But if you're
Mhm.
predicting Bitcoin's only going to like 120K or 150K, then maybe Casper only goes to maybe like $3 or $4, right? So
Mhm.
where do you see it, man? I'm interested because
Yeah.
I'm trying to get all the different ranges, you know, and construct
Yeah.
my own range. But
Yeah.
it's such a difficult one, right?
Mhm. Well, to do an introduction, because I said that very few times, and I don't know if people know how I found it at the end of the day. I found it in April 2023 in the peak, and how I found it. It's a very interesting. Uh, I told you I had two bull runs. In the first bull run, like it was terrible, no profit at all. I sold my portfolio, pumped it down, nothing. I didn't make any gains. I had to wait. The second bull run, what I was doing, uh, I was buying literally everything, everything. Like whatever I was watching, I was buying because I had a strategy. Okay, it's not like if you go without a strategy, with that plan, you're gonna get wrecked. I had a strategy. My strategy was to multiply my bitcoins because the outperformance of the altcoins. I said like to myself, okay, Bitcoin cannot go above like 10x, but altcoins, and according to the experience that I had on the bull run of 2017, that everything exploded, brother, like a lot, like
Mhm,
200x. Like I watched everything, and I said, okay, so if it's that way, I will literally buy everything at the bottom, like in a bear market state. And it was the COVID crash, and I bought like so many projects so cheap, like extremely cheap.
yep.
Altcoins crashed, yeah, a lot, and I was buying everything. And I was like throwing there. I was watching everything with BTC. I was throwing there zero point 0.1 BTC, for example, okay, or let's say one BTC. I was throwing there one BTC, and after a couple months, this was actually three BTC. If you view that as BTC currency and not they were the altcoin outperformed. Yeah, like let's say Bitcoin was doing 5x and this
Mhm,
altcoin was doing 25x. So I was saying, okay, I will multiply with that way my BTCs. And the strategy was with that way. I was buying literally everything because I was even sometimes I was buying scam after some point that I had lots of profits. I was buying even not scams. I didn't search like deep. I was buying very layer um, research. I was buying it, and this
mhm,
paid off. Like this paid off because I was taking all the profits in BTC, and at the peak of the bull run, I had BTC. So yeah, even though if I didn't take all the profits at the top, yeah, because it's impossible to take all the profits in the top, I had a very great outcome on this kind of strategy. So I said, okay, this worked. Right now, I have a little bit more knowledge. I'm gonna do the same. And this is how I dived into. I was doing technical analysis videos. For me, it
mhm,
was a big struggle to to do fundamental analysis videos because it's not English is not my first language,
mhm.
so it was easier for me to do the technical stuff. And I was doing technical analysis. I was saying to everyone, I'm Bitcoin maxi. I don't have anything now. I will apply the strategy when I will find the absolute bottom. And the absolute bottom, I said, okay, right now, I started applying this strategy in March 2023. This is where I saw that okay, right now I should start buying altcoins, and I started buying altcoins. I bought like lots of altcoins, like, and with a strategy I would expand that. And this is how I found Kaspa. Someone actually said that this is one of a kind and blah 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 stuff like that. And I went a little bit and I read and I was like, whoa, bro, like this is crazy. And this is
Yeah.
how I found it. And for the price prediction that you said, and I knew, like, even from 2023, that if we're gonna see the ETFs, it's over. Like, I had a big. This is why my predictions was even from the beginning very high, because I was saying with retail investors we saw on with only retail investors we saw a bull run 2021, market capitalization total of the world crypto 3 trillion. I said in 2025, 2024, 2025, we're going to have even more retail investors. Like we have more exposure on crypto, on Bitcoin. Like more people know about Bitcoin now rather than to 2021. So I said, okay, it's going to be close to, and historical speaking, this goes with the adoption 3 to 4 times more than the previous time. So I said, okay, let's stay conservative. Let's say that the adoption, the new retail investor is gonna go to 7, 8, 9 trillion. In that case, without the institutions, I would say the top of the market would be close to 150,000 per BTC. This was going to be the top as bullish, conservative to bullish scenario. But now we have the ETFs. People don't realize ETFs are not retails. They buy and hodl. They don't sell. They buy and hodl. This creates supply shock. I spoke many times about that. This creates supply shock. And I spoke about the pump after the ETF approvals that we're going to see huge rally, even straight to a new 88. I said we're going to go 50, even $60,000. And we went far more than that. And that was
Yeah.
super, super bullish. It was far beyond my expectations, my bullish expectations. I said that we're gonna
That's
go up
crazy.
to 60. Yeah. Up to
Because no
60.
one would have said that, bro. Like I saw you were predicting that and you got it right. But
Yeah.
no one, and I literally mean no one, apart from maybe you and maybe one other guy, right? No one was saying this. Like
Yeah.
people were saying the bull case was like 45K by the halving,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Maybe 50K if everything goes well. But no
Yeah.
one was saying all-time highs by halving. Apart from you, I saw on your channel. And I'll admit
And
I was wrong on that. I thought maybe 50K by the halving, but man, it surprised a lot of people. But that's
the most
crazy to
bold
see you
thing,
get that level of accuracy, bro.
yeah. And the most important thing it was I said that we're gonna explode, but we saw sell news event on the ETF, the approval day. We saw sell news event. We saw a drop, and I said to the people, and after a couple days, I saw that I read a lot the fundamentals. I tried to understand what's happening, and I saw that uh, Grayscale was selling enormous amounts, and I tried to understand why they sell. And when I realized that the people just flipping the Grayscale ETF share and goes to the others because the annual fee was lower, I said, okay, like this. And I saw a data that was saying that these people press the sell button, but they because the price drop, they don't go immediately and buy the other ETF share of BlackRock. They wait because they see the huge outflow. So I said, okay, I give a period 2 weeks to see all of this selling pressure. Everyone who is about to sell gonna sell, and after that we're gonna see moonshot. And I gave a target $38,000 is gonna be the bottom. And brother, it was very accurate. Like this was the
Wow.
one of the most accurate predictions. I said that we're gonna drop to 38, and from there we're gonna see a moonshot. And it happened like that. It was crazy. Like even the number, like yeah, even the number, like this was really crazy. Like it was so accurate because obviously when we estimate and we make a prediction short term, it's an estimation. We don't know. We can
Mhm.
wake up and fundamentally for one reason it can happen something that can change everything. Like, but this estimation played with very big accuracy. Yeah. Because crazy. And so let's say for the Kaspa and Bitcoin predictions, as I said, because the ETFs, I believe the worst case scenario for BTC is to touch $150,000 within $200,000. $200,000 within $300,000 is my conservative one. This is
Mhm.
where I believe, like, without saying any bullish thing, but I believe there is big space to see huge things, like to see something shocking, like 300 to half million. I
Yeah.
believe 100%, like, not on 100, sorry, 99%, 90% in the next bull run, 2029, we can see up to 1 million and plus. Like, I believe into crazy supply shock, because even in a couple days, we saw billions. Like, these ETFs bought above 100 billion. Like, they took this money and they threw that money in BTC. And it's only 2, 3 months. In 4 years of accumulation, we're going to speak for crazy supply shock. More institutions are coming too. People don't know that. More institutions are coming too. And there is a probability to see even countries to be involved. Small countries, obviously, or whatever. We don't know. But Bitcoin is getting exposure, currency is getting collapsed, and this is actually a very powerful thing. And for Kaspa, for that reason, I believe $3 to $5 is my bearish scenario, and 5 to 10 is my conservative. And I can say a number precisely 7.5 because it's 200 billion market cap. And I don't believe that is crazy number, because 200 billion market cap, if we're gonna touch 10 trillion to 15 trillion total market cap of the world crypto, it's not big deal for the best crypto that we have ever seen to touch 200 billion. Like,
Mhm.
we saw even in the previous bull run, altcoins that touched
Yeah.
100 billion MC, like Cardano, Solana, Dogecoin. So this
BNB,
is what I
you know.
believe. Yeah.
Yeah, you make a good point, bro.
What's
Like
your predictions on that, on BTC, Kaspa?
it's super difficult. I mean, I would just give a huge range, like anywhere between $1 to $10 this cycle. And I know it's a huge range. If I
Mhm,
had to give a level, I would say $3 to $5 would be the level which I would start exiting out a decent amount of my bag, which would
mhm,
be 100x from my
mhm,
entry and like 300x or whatever from your entry. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people, up in big profits at that
mhm,
point. But the big thing is, if we see a break from the 4 year cycle and how this is going to work cyclically, because if we are to enter, and I hate this term, but there is a degree of validity to it. If we are to enter a super cycle of some sort with Bitcoin as a whole, who knows how long alts are going to run? We saw what
mhm,
happened with the gold ETF. Once Bitcoin once gold was approved for an ETF, it went in a very extended bull run. Maybe the same thing happens with Bitcoin and we top
mhm,
out in a very long time. Who knows? And if
mhm,
that is the case, if Bitcoin's got another 2 years of running, then yeah, obviously Casper is just going to go crazy.
mhm,
Um, but there's some concerns. Maybe we top out before what the 4 year cycle would predict, which would be Q4 2025. Um, Probably more likely to be October. If you look at 2017 was December, 2021 was November, Q4, the year after the halving. 2025 would probably be October,
mhm,
Q4. But since we're so ahead of schedule, arguably, is that still the case? Are we still
mhm,
predicting a Q4 top, or is it going to be cut early, or is it going to be even longer and we go into an extended bull run? So
mhm.
I think there's a huge degree of unpredictability in the market right now, and that's not
Big time.
necessarily good because it makes things very difficult to predict.
Mhm,
Um, because of the fact that essentially the ETFs have pushed us way higher than what most people thought. There's a lot of questions rather than answers as to what's the ramification on the 4 year cycle. Are we going to top out early? Are we going to top out as expected, or are we going to top out, longer on, further
mhm,
on? So if we were at 50K right now for Bitcoin, it would be a lot easier to predict where we're going, but we've made new all-time highs pre-halving, which doesn't happen for Bitcoin. So yeah, if I had to go for a range, probably the best thing to ask is with or without smart contracts and with or without a tier one listing. And I don't mean to answer
Look,
like a
for
politician here,
sure,
right?
for sure, smart contracts. I believe for sure won't be implemented.
Okay.
This bull run, I believe next bull run, like I believe 2027, 2028. If we're gonna
Yep.
see smart contracts, we're gonna see that at that date. Even Dag Knight, I don't believe that. Except if you're gonna see something acceleration, fast acceleration there. I believe only 10 blocks per second, maybe 32 blocks, maybe. But 10 blocks per second, I think for that round, next round is gonna be the big thing. What this is what I believe. So count it like that without smart contracts, like only with 10 blocks per second.
Okay. Then I would say if I had to put money on it, most likely this cycle, $3 to $5 would be the range. And this is because of my personal opinion, and maybe I'm a bit more conservative than you and also Crypto Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Which I respect,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be happy if you guys were right. But my personal opinion is
People will
the
sell.
real bull run for Casper is the next bull run, not this
Uh-huh.
one.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually like the bull run where people find out it's not a scam, maybe, or maybe it just gets to a few people's attentions. I think the next bull run, when we've got smart contracts, Dag Knight, probably a good ecosystem around Casper as well,
That's
all
gonna
the
drive.
listings probably complete by then as well. I think that is the real, and then maybe you get people like Michael Saylor and Cathie Wood and these types of billionaire investors interested. I think that's the real bull run for Casper. This is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one where, yeah, you make the most ROI from the bottom to the top, but this isn't the one where it really makes the top three or the top five for me. Maybe it touches the top five at one point, but I think the next bull run is the one where it
That we're gonna see.
confirms its place in the top three,
Mm-hmm.
alongside Bitcoin and ETH, maybe even overtakes Ethereum. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my perspective. I think this is the first bull run, but the next one is the real bull run where it really becomes mainstream and it has a huge ecosystem. And that's just the way how I see it. And next bull run, who knows? Maybe we're going to $20 or $25 next bull run, right? But this
Yeah.
one, I'm thinking $3 to $5. I see someone in the comments said $1 to $10 is a huge range, and I know it is, but this is crypto. If you're asking me to predict
Oh,
Bitcoin, it's a lot easier. But we're predicting
yeah.
altcoins here, right? It's very
Mm-hmm.
difficult, and I don't like to try and give absolute answers because someone I don't want to have any room for people being deceived, right? Because if I say, yeah, Casper's going to $4.5, that's when you cash everything out. What if it goes to $10? What if it only
Mm-hmm.
goes to $3, right? So my
Real good
general
point.
rule is not to just have these psychological levels, which you put absolute emphasis on. My rule is dollar cost average out, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
The same way
Mm-hmm.
as you dollar cost average in, you dollar cost average
Mm-hmm.
out. And that's just how I roll. Now, other people like to have these exact levels. I just personally don't like to do that. I like to have ranges.
Mm-hmm. Very good point because this is something that I would like to say now. I spoke that inside of my group because people say, at what price we're gonna sell? We won't sell at price. We see how the market is moving and we will sell accordingly with DCA out. We won't sell at a point like $5 we sell out because we rely on luck, like we rely on like we don't we are here, we are not here to risk, we are here to
Yeah.
make money, like to multiply our wealth. We are not here to risk. And this is why we even me, I say 3 to 5 doesn't mean that I will sell from I will start selling from 3 to 5. I will start selling way earlier, like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna risk for my estimations. These estimations, like we don't know, like anything can happen. I don't rely on estimation, don't rely on luck and hopes and promises. I would like to take my profits. Obviously, I will leave a bag just in the case if it's gonna go to 10 or plus dollars, because there is probability for that too. We don't know how the big money gonna move into Kaspa, and yeah, we're gonna move accordingly. Like We won't wait, and this is something that people must know. You shouldn't wait a price to take profits. I saw even people in the past big mistakes that it's good for lots of people that are new here to learn from the previous mistake from mistakes of some people that did in the past. Uh, I knew people that had like price targets $5, not for Kaspa, for whatever project, and that project could go like up to uh, $4.60, and they were
Yep.
waiting for $5 to sell. Like, bro, sell it, bro. Come on, like it's so
Dogecoin,
minimal.
right?
Yeah,
Dogecoin last
and
cycle with the dollar.
yeah, and because they are so greedy, they lose everything. Like it's coming the crash after that so fast. Like the people are selling in a very rapid way, and yeah, they live with a bag of that worth nothing anymore. Like because they were greedy. Like you should start DCAing out to be more safe. Like you are not here to risk,
Yeah.
and especially to catch numbers. Like you shouldn't go with numbers. You should go with how the whole crypto market is going. Like BTC, what's happening? You need BTC. For me, it's a guidance. Like you see how BTC is moving, and it's a guidance. It shows a direction where the market is going. Like yeah, this is a very big a very important thing.
Yeah, bro. It's super difficult to make accurate forecasts in a market as volatile as crypto. And if people expect us to have spot on accurate forecasts, you're in the wrong place. Because personally, like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna say to someone, yeah, this is the exact level, or that's when you start doing this, or that's when you do that. Because we really don't know how it's gonna play out. Like I
Mhm.
said, most people, you got it right, but most people didn't expect Bitcoin to be at all-time highs right now. So how are you going
Mhm.
to predict in a year's time where Bitcoin's going to be at?
We
If
don't
4
know.
months ago you couldn't even predict where it would be at now, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
people need to have a bit more humility, particularly YouTubers, I think, when they're giving out predictions. They need to give ranges, and they need to, like you and I are doing, make it clear to people like, this is our opinion. Maybe it
Mhm.
goes to this level, maybe it
It's an
doesn't.
estimation.
And
Yeah.
that, yeah, and that's like you said as well. We DCA out. We have a balanced, pragmatic approach rather than this all in, all out. I'm going to sell
We don't wait
everything
the
at this
numbers. We
price.
don't wait the numbers. We're
Facts.
gonna do wait with DCA. We're gonna wait. We're gonna start the DCA out way before. Even for me, I say 3 to 5. I won't. I will. I won't start casting out. Yeah, from from $3. Like I will
Yeah.
do that way earlier. But this is my estimation. Like this is what I believe, and I explain why to the people. But you need to the people. I mean, need to realize that you don't go with the price. You go with the time. This is the most
Yeah.
important.
And it's very difficult as well. Like,
Hmm.
what the things that we're basing it off really are last cycle, where projects went to last cycle, where we expect Bitcoin to go this cycle,
Hmm.
and maybe a bit of TA, right? You can kind of predict with TA what's going to happen long term, right? You can look at Casper, you can see, yeah, there's some cycles
Hmm.
within Casper's chart. So maybe if it keeps doing it the way it's doing, maybe it goes to this level. But really, it's quite difficult. It's not like you're predicting gold or you're predicting the S&P 500. There's a huge margin of error with these assets, I would say. And that's
Yeah,
why you have a bag and you hold on to it no matter what. You don't sell it. You have
exactly.
20%, 30%, whatever you like personally, and you just leave it. And in 10 years, you can look at it and go, oh, that's done a 200x. I'm going to sell
Hmm.
it, right?
Hmm.
And that's how I play it. Pragmatism is key in crypto.
Hmm.
People need to realize that.
Yeah, yeah, that's correct, bro. Like, for me, I will go. I understand what you say, 100%. I was in the same beliefs. Like I was saying that I'm gonna do that, but the last couple months, I was very thoughtful about if I will sell, if I will keep any bag or not for Kaspa. If I realize the drop. And the reason of that is because I believe that lots of people gonna sell. We are backed by retails, BTC backed by institutions,
Hmm.
and if when Bitcoin gonna go into the bear market on or yeah won't drop this time as it dropped the previous time. Like the percentage, it's gonna be smaller. Like 50, 60% is gonna be maybe we're gonna say this is the bear market. for the next. Yeah, we won't see again 80% down, 70%, 75% down. That was in the past. We will never see that because institutions buy and never sell. It's not retails. It's not retails. People
Yeah.
don't know this, and for that reason, I will try to swing it. Like I will, because I believe Kaspa, this, because it won't be a complete project and because it won't backed by institutions in this bull run, in this bear market, in the next bear market, it's gonna drop a lot. No, not as the other projects that are going to go 99% down, but I believe like 75% down, 80% down. Like it's going to be still a winner according to the other projects, because some people, as you said, won't sell all the bags, going to sell some portion of of their bags, and some others won't sell anything. We have some people that won't sell anything. So
Mhm.
yeah, this is what I believe for that.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. The
Mhm.
main issue for me is just the unpredictability element and the fact that we could, like, I don't fully trust that I'm going to time the top accurately on Casper.
Exactly.
And I also don't fully trust the 4-year cycle theory and that it's going to play out. So
Mhm.
there's always that
Maybe this
degree of
time is different. Yeah.
it may change, right? We may enter a 4-year bull run, and if you sell everything too early, you're going to miss out on a lot of gains.
Mhm.
Or maybe we just don't know, right? And that's why I like just
Exactly.
only Casper and only Bitcoin. I'll do this. I want to make it fully clear with the gaming coins. I know a lot of people watch me for gaming coins.
Yeah.
With the gaming coins, you sell everything, every single penny. You don't even leave a penny left
Exactly.
in them
Exactly.
because they
And for
will
me,
dip 99%, right?
yeah. And for me, like when I say sell, personally, I don't count dollars. Like I'm not gonna hold dollars, USDT. It's risky. When I sell, I converting that in BTC. Like I will like, and I'm gonna do the switch. When Casper gonna drop 80% and Bitcoin 50%, I'm gonna switch. Like this is what I did in the previous bull run. This is how like I was converting my BTC back to altcoins. When I was watching like BTC down 70% and altcoins 99%, 95%. Like this was a good entry to re-enter. I swing that with a smart way in the proper time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, smash the like button. I forgot to say that. We spoke, we went deep in the conversation. It was pretty, yeah, it's great collab with deep conversation in many things. Guys, subscribe to my brother Crypto Artsy. Show him support in everything. Like this is the YouTube channel, Crypto Artsy. He's speaking for he's diving very deep in gaming coins. Like yeah, it's actually the gaming researcher here. He dives deep and he's doing quality job. Like I saw like a clip that you were how you that you were explaining how you decide if a gaming project is good or bad, or and you were diving deep in details, and I like that you were going the teams, even in the pictures of the team that you were saying
Yeah.
like this is yeah, uh it's not professional. Like you were saying for a team, yeah, this is not a professional pick.
Yeah.
So you go deep into details, and this is what I liked from how you dive deep into the gaming analysis, into the gaming project analysis. And also, this is his Patreon. I recommend you to join to see a different side of you, different peaks. Like for me, I haven't dived yet into gaming coins. Archie has a big experience also in AI. Yeah, he came into the game into for the AI, so he knows how the things are moving. This is his Patreon channel, and this is his Twitter channel. Okay, go show him support. Uh, yeah, it's a
Thank you,
reliable
bro.
guy, humble guy, and for me, you're gonna have always my support, brother. I appreciate you
Thank you,
that
brother.
you are that
Likewise.
honest and that humble guy. And
Likewise,
yeah,
man. I highly
my,
recommend that everyone goes and checks out your group as well.
yeah,
And Also, make sure you guys are following Crypto Chris on X. Like, I follow him, and sometimes I remember in the past you would reply to some of my things, and you'd say like you disagree, or you're getting no filter, right? You're getting raw opinions from
Yeah.
Chris, honesty, and yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about your group, bro.
No, my group people know that about my group. Yeah, the people who watch me yeah, they know WealthNet. It's actually a networking group. It's not like for buy and sell signals. It's for high quality individuals. I don't accept everyone. I'm kind strict to who I give access. I'm focusing on yeah. I'm not the proper guy. I'm not the guy that will give you the signal every week or whatever. I'm trying to show you the proper crypto investing mindset, how you should invest, how you should exploit the opportunity when it's gonna come. And yeah, for the people who are gonna interest for wealth, and they can watch like my solo streams. I explain
Nice.
more there. So um, we have couple questions to I see here, and yeah, let's go, Nikolai. Appreciate you, my brother, for your super chat. Let's go, brothers. Let's go, Nikolai. Nikolai is actually big Kaspa investor. He was one of a few, like he was one of yeah, my Kaspa OGs. He was very
Nice,
early in my
man.
videos. And we have next super chat from Archetype. Two genuine young men helping their fellow sisters and brothers attain financial freedom. Keep up the great work. LFG Kaspa, let's go, my brother Archetype. Much appreciate you, man. Archetype is another very honest and humble guy. We did a collab also too. Yeah, highly recommend to go and follow him and support him. Definitely, we're gonna do even more collabs in the future. He's a very great guy, and yeah, what do you have to say, Archie, for
Yeah,
Archetype?
bro. I definitely recommend his channel. Archetype is one of the most humble guys as well, bro. Like off stream, such a genuine person. Like, highly recommend his channel in terms of the knowledge you get on altcoins and Casper. But also, as a person, I can't say a single bad thing about him. He's a very good guy. And again, I look forward to collabing. We've got a good group of YouTubers here, a small group of honest YouTubers who don't do paid shills, they don't do paid promotions, and
Mhm.
they speak from their own truth, right? And they're not afraid to say what they believe. And Archetype is another one, so definitely check him out as well.
Yeah, awesome. Um, what else? Let's read some comments. I had one question, one really up. I forgot it. Anyway, let's go, Ariane. Great collab. Smash the like button. Let's go, George, my brother. And these are WealthNet. Great collaboration. Thank you, Crypto Goat. Must sleep. We'll watch in the morning. Let's go. What's up, what's up, Chris and Archie? Let's talk some Kaspa. Let's go. Does Crypto Archie have BTC? Does he like Kaspa more?
Yeah, good
Yeah.
question. I hold slightly more Bitcoin than Casper, and I think at one point it was more Casper, but because Casper's dipped today, I think maybe Bitcoin's overtook it again. But yeah, they're both very similar percentages. They both make up around 30% of my portfolio. And yeah, I'm a huge fan of Bitcoin. I've held Bitcoin since 5, 6+ years ago, and my average on Bitcoin is $16,000. That's my average. So
Great.
yeah, I'm holding that long term. I mean, maybe I'll sell half my Bitcoin, but the other half I'm holding just long term. I honestly don't care about this cycle and the next bear market. I have crazy conviction in Bitcoin to act as a store of value. But the one thing that separates me from the Bitcoin maxis is the fact that I do see a place for other cryptos such as Casper, right?
Mhm.
In being the cash form. And some of the Bitcoin maxis do need to admit that Bitcoin's use case has kind of changed, right? People did still see it as a store of value back then, but it was mostly emphasized as a currency. That's really what people talked about Bitcoin as. Whereas now, no one mentions it as a medium exchange as a medium of exchange. Really, people use it as a store of value or a hedge to regular financial systems, right? So I think Bitcoin and Casper hugely complement each other. They're not competing, and this is
Yeah.
good. This means that Bitcoin has its use case as a store of value, right? Where you just hold it, you save in Bitcoin long term, maybe like gold. And then Casper has its value as a currency.
Mhm.
And then maybe even further down the line, we're going to have it as a smart contract platform as well, which just let's not let's use that as another talking point for another live stream, man. Because if
Yeah,
Casper successfully implements smart contracts, this is
it's
coming
over.
after Ethereum as well. It's over for
Yeah,
everything, pretty
as I
much.
say, it's Ethereum, funeral of Ethereum.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I would like to. I remembered what I would like to say, and this is what I say to the people. But it's good to hear an alternative view of if you have actually. Do you have any negative things for what's your negative things of for Caspa? What's your like what you will say that this could be better? Like what you see as a negative
Um,
part?
so it's very difficult to pick negative things of Casper because it's the best
It is.
crypto out there.
It
But
is. It
if
is.
I really had to be picky, one thing I could say is I would have expected, and I don't know if this is fully the case because I'm not too in tune with the Casper Discord. I would have expected some sort of fund by now, and I think they've just announced, right, the Casper ecosystem fund. So it's good that they've done that. But I would have expected months ago that there would have been some sort of fund where you can donate um, to give a listing, right? Because
Mhm.
the only thing that people really have to complain about with Casper is the lack of top tier listings. Because if something's truly going to become mainstream, you need it to be accessible, right? And the main form of accessibility is listings, which I do
Mhm.
think they'll come. They are going to come at some point. But I would have thought, I don't know exactly how much it costs to get on Binance or crypto.com, but man, I put a tweet out the other day saying, would everyone give 5% of their Casper for a Binance listing? And a lot of people said yes. Not everyone, but a lot of people said yes.
Well,
And I said that I would do the same thing. I would donate 5% to help Casper become more mainstream. So I would have thought by now that would exist and there would have been a pool where you could just donate. And man, I think by now they would have had millions of dollars probably to get listings and it would have all been
yeah.
done. So I don't know it. I mean, that's just me saying this, off the cuff. I don't know if it exists. Maybe it does, and they just haven't marketed it. But it seems like as such a community project where the team obviously aren't prepared to pay for listings themselves, and they're going to be listed based on merit, as
Mhm.
they should. I agree with that. You would expect some sort of community fund to exist by now, where whales in Casper, people with a lot of Casper give a bit of their bag to help get it more mainstream. I would have expected that. So that would be the only thing I could really say, bro.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Would you say that's a fair point or not?
Look, you have a good point here, but for me, I would say that yeah, it's community driven project. So yeah, this has there is a big point that to the things that you said. Personally, I believe exchanges don't have a chance. They see people and they go and adopt because they lose money now. Like smart, like KuCoin, for example, Mexi, whatever. Right now, these people buy from there and exchange into and yeah, withdraw into cold storages and stuff like that. But if actually Binance and Coinbase see this massive flow, like this is why I believe that Binance came and listed in futures. Like they saw, like these people know, like they're not idiots, like they know what they're doing. And for me, it's a matter of time. Yeah, we could have some acceleration there, but for me, this is not a negative thing because I believe it's a matter of time. I don't believe that they will leave
Yeah.
Caspa like that, because at the end of the day, these are companies. Okay, they want maximum profitability. They don't care about Caspa. They don't care about anything. All they care about is to remain billions, billionaires companies. Like, to remain at that level. Like, all they care about is profitability. So definitely, if they will implement Caspa, they will have massive volume each day from their exchanges. Like, and this is why I believe that they don't have other chance. Like, they will list it. There is no way to see the Buran without, even if we pay or even if we won't pay. Uh, Maybe, yeah, we could have some acceleration there, but I would say, like, a negative thing that I have, it's actually a little bit the quality of the people. We have so many toxic idiots with low
Yeah.
IQ that they think that they promote Caspa, but they promote it with very, very bad way. And for a billionaire that is all in on Bitcoin and all cares about is to sustain his wealth on this space, and because this is why we are here, we make money because we are retails and we want to do the trades or whatever. The big players, the big whales, the big money don't want to do these swing trades. Like, they want to sustain their wealth. Like, if you're gonna put 100 million now into crypto, you're gonna put it all in BTC. 5x is half billion. Like, these people already, their lives are changed. They don't need um yeah, all they care about is to maintain and sustain their wealth. They won't risk even 1%. They don't have, like, they are coming here, they go all in BTC from 100 million to a half billion. It's crazy money. Like, they cannot even make those money in their with their businesses so fast in that
Hmm.
period of time. And they obviously they're buying even more with billions, some other billionaires. So these people, when they see you, for example, as retail, to speak like an idiot, they say, okay, another meme coin. Like, they don't take you seriously. We had very great people into the space that represented Kaspa with ultimate respect, like, to the other. They were respecting their different opinions. And yeah, we know from historical speaking, when you see something really new, people won't immediately go there and trust it. It's a project that is still under construction. We need to see the end run in 10 years from now. This is where these people are going to start looking Caspa. Not now. Now it's only 3 years project, like 2.5 years project. It's so early. They say, okay, if it's going to be, I will see that later. Like, not now. They won't risk now. Yeah, to do crazy investment on Caspa. So representing Caspa with that low quality, and because there is a lot of toxicity, I told you, like, if I was right now on Caspa Discord, I would ban, like, lots of people. Like, they are acting like idiots. We don't need these people in the Caspa community because they create bad reputation for Caspa. And this is why, like, if you have an idiot that's spamming you every single day for a project, probably you're gonna ban him. Like, you won't catch, and like, you need
Yeah.
to see the project be represented by a serious guy, a quality guy, and explaining with maturity what's going on there. And yeah, this is actually the one big uh, concern of mine that I believe, yeah, I hope for the people that acting like that to stop acting like that, even though that, yeah, some are idiots. And yeah, the other is that is under construction. Okay, this is not, it's not in our hand. It's early project. We need to wait to see all of these promises that we wait a lot to see them eventually into the mainnet, 32 blocks per second, even better, 100 blocks per second, without flow, without security issues, whatever. Dark Knight be implemented into the mainnet, and to see finally when, if, whatever, we will see the smart contracts. So these are the two main bad things. Okay,
Yeah.
that could be better, way better.
Yeah.
But
It's
except,
difficult, bro. There's
yeah,
so much good and not much bad. It's actually a good question to try and think with a balanced mind, what are the bad things, right? Because there's
Yeah,
always something bad about everything. Nothing is perfect.
yeah,
But with Casper, it's close to perfection, right? So it's difficult.
yeah. Exactly, exactly. For me, even in the beginning, I was trying so hard to find a flaw, like on Caspa. I was saying it's impossible. Like
Yeah.
I was trying so hard to find at least one negative. It fundamentally doesn't have.
Yeah.
Fundamentally doesn't have. It's crazy.
It is.
Well, a little bit maybe the super fast acceleration, and some people were so they bought lots of Caspa way cheap.
Hmm.
Maybe this is but it's okay. Like I believe when Caspa gonna be more mainstream, this kind of selling pressure maybe it's gonna be eaten. So
Yeah.
yeah. Two of the best in the business, high quality individuals, Chris and Archie. Thank you for your integrity. God bless you both. Let's go, Fonzie. Appreciate you, man. Much appreciate you. Let's go into a couple more questions. LFG too much alpha today. Let's go, Dr. Fire. Yeah, the stream was had good alphas today.
Yeah, bro.
Um,
I like it. Organic conversation, and
exactly,
people don't
exactly.
talk about this enough. They talk about is price and pump and how much something's going to pump, but it is important sometimes to have these more philosophical, greater conversations about what Casper actually is, what Bitcoin actually is, and what they're trying to solve. And we have too many people in the crypto space who are just focused on making money, just focused on, you know,
Pretty wrong.
crap coins and meme coins and all of these. And look, they can make you money. I'm not doubting it. But don't forget why Satoshi, spent so much time and effort to try and build something big. And don't forget the space that you're in. This is something that actually can improve the world.
Mhm.
And a lot of this, and this is why I have sympathy and I understand the Bitcoin maxi perspective because they just hate everything because they just see everything as just taken
Useless.
away from Bitcoin and useless and scams and distracting from really what the main issue here, which is fiat currency.
Hmm.
So anything that tries to solve the issues of fiat currency, I'm a fan of, especially if they're decentralized. And more people need to educate themselves into what these things actually are,
Yeah.
rather than just talking about gains and about nonsense, right?
Exactly. People must realize why we are here. We are not just to make
Exactly.
money. We are here to revolutionize the money. This is what I say to the people all day. Like this is why we are here, and people don't know that because never had some people, or not all, never had a financial crisis. And I don't know if you know, 2016, 2017, we had in Greece big
Yep.
financial crisis. We were looking for loan. No one was giving us loan. We were going straight to bankruptcy. And in Greece, we had big problems like capital controls, like you couldn't exchange from ATM above $200, $300. I don't remember the numbers now. Maybe some Greek know, remember. But it
Yep.
was a big trouble. Like businessmen couldn't have access to their bank accounts. Like imagine for a businessman to have withdraw only from an ATM $700. Like it's a problem. And this is where and we were going for a collapse, like for a bankruptcy. Like yeah, we saved in the last minute completely, and but the people suffered for this
Hmm.
kind of suffered a lot. And for me, I have experience, some Greek got experience. Cyprus, actually, in the Cyprus, the big cutoff of if you had in the bank above $100,000, they were getting everything. Like they were letting your bank account with $100,000 because they were going for a bankruptcy too. The Cypriots know that by first hand. They lost their savings. And this is where right now, like Greece and Cyprus actually are mainstream in every, we are historical events like that this happened, even on the Bitcoin standard book.
Hmm.
We reference there with Venezuela and Argentina because it is like people must realize that every country is like that. It's not like,
Yep.
yeah, we were a little bit more corrupted, but like everything is corrupted. Currencies, we don't
Yep.
have a strong currency. Even you in UK, like your currency is dropping. Like You don't. I don't know right now what's your situation. Obviously, you are far better than the majority of the countries, but you don't go upside. You go downside.
Yep.
And this is actually a big problem. People must concern about their future, about how they're gonna save their wealth, their families. People must wake up, and it's not all about money. This is what I teach. Also, the people not teach. This is what I try to awake the people on my group on streams. That yo, it's not all about money. It's not all
Yep.
about dollars. You should learn the history of money,
Yep.
and it's important to know how it works.
Maybe before you have a centralized exchange account, you have to read the Bitcoin Standard or something like
Exactly.
that. Or
Exactly.
before you join one of our groups, right? Or before you subscribe to our channels, you have to read the book,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
just educate yourself on money, right? Because so many
It's important.
people have a huge gap in their knowledge when it comes to money, and then they come to crypto thinking they know it all, right? And it's
Yeah.
very weird when I see people who are XRP maxis. Like, how can you be so passionate
Yeah.
around a centralized entity? Like, I've never seen people go, "I'm a BlackRock maxi," or, "I'm a Microsoft maxi." I've never seen that with
Yeah.
companies, right? So I don't understand it, but I get why people are really pro gold or really pro Bitcoin or really pro Casper, because they're for the people, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
But I never understood XRP maxis, and they're just obviously people who haven't got the financial literacy of the people who invest in Casper or Bitcoin. And I don't mean that as an insult,
Yeah.
um, but honestly, just research currency and you'll be enlightened about XRP and fiat money.
Yeah. They live in a bubble, and they live in a bubble, and the worst thing that is their arrogance. Like this is the type of category that I people that watch me know. I call them low arrogance with low IQ. Like uh, they have hopes for something that is like impossible to happen. Like yeah, people like we are here for the decentralization. We're not here for another centralization scam thing. Like we have the fiat scam, we have everything. Like we need to change that. We
Yep.
don't need another scam thing to be manipulated. This is why I don't like even the proof of stake,
Yep.
and I call it proof of scam
Yep. Yep.
because it's crazy. Like people don't realize that when a project comes into its launch state, um, and it has pre-sales because most of the proof of stake are scam projects, like not scam with a way that they don't work into the project, but the initial incentive, the initial motivation to say that of the insiders of the team is to become billionaires by themselves. They don't care
Yeah.
about you. They don't care to
Yep.
revolutionize the space. They care about the technology that's gonna make them more money, like by themselves initially. And yeah, in the first part. And it's funny because when a project lands as a proof of stake, okay, and they have pre-allocation, immediately the insiders are taking all the nodes, as many nodes as possible, and they become more rich.
Yep.
And they're gonna
Yep.
dump on you like nothing. Like they
It's a
they
Ponzi
control
scheme,
everything.
essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's messed up, bro. And look,
they
they can make
control
you
everything.
money in the short term, but they are not feasible solutions to the financial problem that we
Yeah,
have
yeah,
ourselves in. In fact, they make it just as bad, to be honest, and just as centralized. So I agree completely and utterly. Next bull run, bro, I'm just gonna hold Casper and Bitcoin. Probably
yeah,
maybe 1% in alts, right? But
yeah,
Casper and Bitcoin all the way.
yeah. For me, like I don't hold much coins. Like I hold now um four strong convictions and couple plays. Just I bought those plays just for the people who like a little bit more exposure, but it's not many. Like and very 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 low percentage of my portfolio on those. The strong convictions are from strong narratives that I believe, and I bought these narratives. This strong, I bought like the best according to my approach, the best project on its narrative. It's four projects in total. A second layer one and one layer Yeah, I have one privacy project that I believe it can thrive. Yeah, and also I'm very bullish into the Bitcoin layer twos. I believe
Yeah.
this bull run, everything around Bitcoin gonna play a lot, like lots of volume there. And I have picked only those projects because we're in a good low market cap price, and I packed my bags a lot on Kaspa. Like, and Kaspa from that point that is standing now doesn't have that big space of growth as the other projects that I bought. So I will do that kind of sweet, but I'm satisfied with my bags. Like, I'm not yeah, I'm not willing to, I don't have I'm against to over diversification
Yeah.
without
Same.
without having a plan. Like, it's different the over diversification that I did in the 2021 because I had a plan with an over diversification without a plan just to make money. Like, if you're gonna do an over diversification, you need to have a plan. Like, as we said, you're gonna flip that after some point for more cash power. You need to have a plan. Like, don't say that, don't over diversify without a plan. It's risky. And yeah, this is what I believe. And let's jump into the last questions. Congratulations to two of the best into the crypto space. Let's go, our mentors. Let's go, my brother Nicola. Appreciate you, man. Cypriot Greek brother. Let's go. The best and honest crypto YouTubers. Let's go. Let's go, my brother Odi. Do you know Odi? It's actually Greek one.
Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know him. I've seen his channel a few times. I've shouted him out a few times, and
me
sometimes I'm in the
too. Yeah,
comments. So it's
yeah,
good to
yeah.
see
Go
him.
support crypto tech Odi. Very honest and a very humble guy. Very humble guy. I always support crypto Odi. It's actually
Absolutely.
also a Greek one.
That's amazing. All the
Yeah,
Greeks
yeah,
unite around your channel, bro.
yeah, yeah. But in reality, we don't have that many that do on English.
Yeah.
It's hard for us. Yeah, we have. It's not about the. For me, the hardest part was the vocabulary on economics and
Hmm.
crypto. Like technological stuff. Like, it was a big struggle.
Yeah.
uh,
I can't imagine, bro. I mean,
Yeah, imagine
I've only
just
ever
to
spoke
explain
English.
that.
Yeah.
Just imagine to learn Greeks, and I tell you, like, not in 1 year. Go learn in 5 years Greeks, like, and come to
Yeah.
us in Greece and try to teach us to speak us for this technological, economic stuff, and try to explain that and to be understandable to native speakers. Like, it's
Yeah, man.
hard. It's
I mean, I
troubling.
have English privilege, you can call it, right? I mean, most
Yeah,
places they speak English.
yeah,
I
yeah.
go to
That
Greece
yeah.
quite often, like the islands,
Really,
and also Cyprus. I've been to maybe like 6 times. So,
damn, bro.
yeah,
Like,
bro, I love Greek food, and I love the sea and the history and everything, bro. I mean, it's one of my favorite countries.
it is. It is. It was like a very brutal country. Right now, we are very corrupted, but our ancestors. Did I say that correctly? Pronounce that.
Uh huh.
Ancestors. Yeah, we are very proud for them. Like, big philosophers.
Absolutely.
Aristoteles. Yeah, Platon has like very big contribution for the humanity, and yeah, I'm proud for them a lot. But yeah, even you were you were very proud that you had the domination of everywhere, the UK, I mean. And right now, your country, it seems like it's corrupt. It's becoming more
Absolutely, man.
corrupt.
I mean, that's what's happening right in the West.
Yeah,
And yeah, I talk about these things on Discord, but sometimes, on YouTube, you don't know if you're going to be demonetized or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's not
but
for
I think
all.
both of our groups, right? They're more than just a crypto group. If you want to talk
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
philosophy
is
and politics and these things, then you can also find people who have the same beliefs over there.
like-minded people. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Awesome. Archie, I think we did a very great collab, really great collaboration here. Great information, guys. Thanks
Absolutely.
for the video. Thank you too, Dave. Um, Definitely, we're gonna do some more in the future. It was really great, the collab, and as I said, guys, go follow my brother Archie. Support him in everything, in YouTube, on Twitter, and also into his Patreon. You're gonna take a very honest and different approach. Like he dived deep into gaming, into lots of projects, and he has very big knowledge on the things about the money. It's not all about crypto. Like he knows many things, and yeah, definitely you can go and support him. Highly recommended for me.
Thank you so much, bro. I do appreciate the support. And for anyone who's watching from my channel, I shouted out the stream in my Discord. Make sure you are subscribed to Crypto Chris as well. He's the most accurate guy on Kaspa TA. And I've been recommending the channel a while now. So you better be subscribed by now. That's what I'll say.
I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you a lot. So thank you guys. Appreciate you for this great stream. Your support is crazy. The comments were a lot. We dive deep into the conversation, so forgive us for do not reply all the comments. In the next collab, we're gonna dive deeper into the comments. And so see ya in our next live streams. We are out.
Thank you.
Have a nice day, guys. Bye.